Considerations before doing job design. See, basically whenever we talk about this particular topic, job design, it's not like we don't have any work, or we have not done it before, or we have not done it since a long time. Let's just we are, since we are free, since we have time, let's go out and just do job design. No, basically job design, see, in order to do job design, there are certain considerations that you have to keep in mind. As I already told you, in job analysis, same as job analysis, job design also, it is a process. That means it takes time. It takes collection of information from job analysis. That means taking the information from job analysis and working on that particular information. That means this particular job design also takes, involves people, involves time, and all these things. So this particular job design, before actually doing job design, there are so many different things that you have to keep in your mind. Okay, now for example, if in your organization you basically decided, or you basically came to the conclusion that okay, I have to do job design. So you did job analysis, you collected all the information, and now the next step that you have to do is job design. That means designing a job. That means you either structure a new job, or you either design a new job, or you actually restructure a particular job, present job, or you either take a present job and you make the necessary changes in that. Okay, now before actually proceeding, there are certain things that you have to consider, or there are certain things that you have to keep in your mind before actually changing a particular job. Now what are those different things that you have to keep in your mind, or what are those particular things that you have to consider while doing the job design, or before doing the job design, are generally termed as considerations of job design, or considerations before job design. Okay, now let us look at the different considerations of job design. See, four elements should be considered before job design. Okay, what are those four elements? The first thing, or the first and foremost point that you have to keep in your mind, or the first and foremost consideration that you have to consider before actually proceeding to job design, is objectives of the organization should be fulfilled. Okay, it's not like, see, for example, there is this role of human resource manager. Now even after designing the job, or even after restructuring that particular job of human resource management manager, you have to ensure that that will still fulfill the organization's objectives. That means you can't design a job so that previously it used to obey the organization's rules and regulations, or previously it is used to fulfill the organization objectives, but even right after the design part, something wrong happened, or something abnormal happened, or it is not directly contributing towards the organizational objectives that it has to, in a way that it has to do. For example, if you came out with a particular plan telling that previously it used to be human resource manager, where that particular roles and responsibilities of that particular job is to take care of recruitment. Now I am trying to restructurize that particular job, so that now this particular human resource manager job takes care of recruitment, as well as compensation, as well as legal compliance and all these things. And if this new idea of restructuring, or if this new job that I am willing to design, or I am basically trying to design, does not fulfill the organization's objectives, then basically it's a waste of time in putting time, effort, and all these things in these things. So basically you have to make sure that if you are doing job design, that should ultimately lead to the fulfilling of the organizational objectives. Okay, that is the first consideration that you have to keep in your mind, that okay, I'm about to do job design, or I'm actually doing job design, is this fulfilling towards my fulfilling the organizational objectives, or contributing towards the fulfillment of the organizational objectives. That is the first consideration that you have to keep in mind. Second consideration that you have to keep in your mind is the industrial engineering concerns. That means there are so many different things that come under this particular point called as industrial engineering concerns. Like like, are you following the latest technology, latest methods, latest latest standards, and all these things? You also have to consider them before actually planning to design a particular job. That means structure or restructure a particular job. And the third consideration that you have to keep in your mind before actually doing the job design, or while you are planning to do a job design, is ergonomical concerns. Now what do you mean by ergonomics? See, basically, in simple terms, anything that connects the work and the worker, the work and the employee, is generally termed as an ergonomics. It can either be seating arrangements, it can either be lighting arrangements, it can either be the way how your office is designed, so that each and employee sits at this particular place, or each and every employee the base. See, basically the environment. Okay, each and every part of the environment that connects the work and the worker, and the work or the employee is generally termed as ergonomical concerns. Now you should also take care of these particular ergonomical concerns. Now this particular ergonomics can deal with so many different things. In basically an organization, the kind of chairs, the seating arrangement, the lighting arrangement, are employees directly seated opposite to the sunlight. In this way, each and every environmental part that connects the work and the worker, or the work and the employee, are generally termed as ergonomics, and you also have to consider this ergonomical concerns. Okay, now the last thing is, and this is one of the most important thing, and one of the most important thing that has a heavy impact on job design, which is behavioral concerns. Okay, you should also keep in mind the behaviors that are involved with this job design. That means, for example, you should also consider the employee's point of view, the organization, the human aspect, human behavioral aspect also before directly engaging in job design. Because see, if you come out with a excellent plan of a new job, and you start structuring or you restructuring a previous job into this particular new job with new roles, new responsibilities, and all these things, and if that particular new job arises so many different behavioral objections, now then that will be an entire waste of your time, your cost, and all these things, right? So you should also keep in mind telling that how will behaviors be towards this particular new thing and all these things. For example, there is this position called as a human resource manager, and he takes care of only recruitment. Now you want to make sure that, okay, this particular human resource manager should also, we are actually in our organization, we are actually planning to bring a change in this human resource manager's job, telling that, okay, till now he's only looking after recruitment, redesign that particular job so that that particular manager looks after recruitment, training and development, what are legal compliance, compensation, each and everything. Now what if you actually decide this, and you directly do the job design, and after that you go to that particular human resource manager and tell that, okay, your responsibilities, roles and responsibilities have been increased. Till now you are only looking after recruitment. From now on you have to look after each and every aspect. If you just dump all the roles and responsibilities on him without without considering the amount of workload you are putting on an employee, or this is just an example, okay, without considering all these things, then what will that human resource manager do? Maybe he, there are so many different things he can come out with. He can basically, the first and foremost thing is, he can agree, or if he agrees, it's well and fine. Now there are so many other things that he can come up with, telling that, see, that is a very big workload, I need a raise, or that is a very big load for a single individual to take on, so I can't do this job, or in the worst cases they'll quit. Okay, in this way the behavioral concerns also have an impact on the job design. So you also have to keep this behavioral concerns in in considerations while doing the job design, or while initiating the job design. So these are the basic considerations that you have to keep in your mind, or that you have to consider while engaging, or before actually doing this job design. Okay,